All right, next week it is International Fight Week. The mega blockbuster event of every single year is back, and there is a stacked fight card as always. Alexander Volkanovski is the main event, taking on the interim champ Yair Rodriguez. But I'm not here to talk about them today. We're going to talk about them next week. We're here to talk about Dricus du Plessis going up against Robert the Reaper Whittaker. Middleweight bout, former champion Robert Whittaker, and a guy that believes he's really going to become the champion in Dricus du Plessis. Now, du Plessis, listen, is he as good as Robert Whittaker? No. Is he as skillful? Is he as fast? Is he as technical? Can he wrestle? No, he can't. But the man can fight. It's as simple as that. This man is a fighting machine. I mean, when you look at his record, 19-2, 19 wins, 18 finishes, 8 by knockout, 10 by submission, and the man just finds a way to get the job done every single time. On a 5-fight win streak in the UFC, made his debut against Marcus Perez, knocked him out. Trevin Giles, International Fight Week, knocked him out. Year later, Brad Tavares, International Fight Week, went to a decision. Then he come back. Darren Till, at the end of last year, took him out in round 3 with a face crank, and then against Derek Brunson last time out back in March, got the knockout in round 2. So coming into this one, you know, riding high, 5-fight win streak, 4 stoppages, and this man is brimming with confidence. And here is what he had to say about the one and only Robert Whittaker. He said, I'm going to go out there and finish him. On my record, you can see that I'm not going out there to chase decisions. I'm going out there to finish Robert Whittaker. I think it's going to be one heck of a fight. At the end of the day, he has a lot of dog. I have a lot of dog. And we'll see who the biggest dog is. At the end of the day, I know that's me always, every single time. And then he goes on to say, this is my 3rd International Fight Week in a row. So it's great being trusted with the performances, being trusted with the big shows. And that's what you want. That's what you need. The UFC knows who to call when they want to see good fights. And that is great for us to be representing. Now, look, listen, he makes some good points there. He does have a dog. As I said, 19 wins, 18 stoppages, which is just, it's phenomenal. It really is. But he's not as good. He's not as fast. He's not as crisp. He can't wrestle. I said all of these things. Look, when you look at Robert Whittaker, this man was a champion before, lost his the last time he fought Israel Adesanya, came up short, did very well, certainly better than the first time when he fought Israel Adesanya. Remember the first one, Izzy smoked him, almost knocked him out at the end of the first round, then in round 2, finished what he started and took him out of there. But Whittaker came back, won a few fights, got another crack, and then last year went 5 rounds, and it was a close fight. In fact, it was so close that I got so much shit off everyone for my commentary, because Adesanya won, in my humble opinion, pretty much every round. Robert was just behind him. But even though he was only slightly behind him, I thought he was still behind enough not to win the fight. And I was saying he needs to change. He needs to do something different. And everyone was like, Bisping's biased. What's Bisping talking about? Well, what I was talking about is that he was going to lose the fight, and he did lose the fight. So all you people that sent me a bunch of crap, kiss my ass, because I was correct. But I'm the biggest fan of Robert Whittaker, let me tell you. One of the nicest guys on planet Earth. Cool, calm, collected. He's a funny guy. He's a humble guy. He's a family man. And he's a hell of a fighter. Every time he performs, he gets better. Gentlemen, summer is coming, and are you ready to take those shirts off by the pool? Unveil the Austin Powers chest hair. Maybe over winter you've grown yourself a nice pair of man tits. But either way, the least you can do is make sure that they are hairless. And you can do that with Manscaped, okay? Get ready for a great summer by going to manscaped.com, and I'm going to give you 20% off when you use the code Bisping. Listen, Manscaped is dedicated to helping you increase your confidence and level up your body grooming with the game-changing Performance Package 4.0. The kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 4.0, waterproof, cordless. Essentially, you can trim your crown jewels downstairs without chopping it off, without nicking yourself, without bleeding, thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology. Tough on hair, gentle on skin. Listen, inside that box, the Performance Package, you're also going to find the Crop Preserver, the Ball Deodorant. Inside the Performance Package, you'll also find the Crop Reviver, the Ball Toner, the Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant and Moisturizer, because we all know how painful chafing can be when you're in that bathing suit all day. Look, nobody likes nose hairs, okay? So it also comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0. And by the way, just for the fun of it, they're going to throw in 2 free gifts. The Shed travel bag worth $39 and the patented high-performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxes. So, by the way, you might be wearing sandals. If you buy the pool, you should be. Well, check out. You also get for free the Sheer 2.0 nail kit. Having the right tools for grooming is essential, so do yourself a favor and always use the right tools. Right now, go to manscaped.com. Use the code Bisping. You're going to get 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com. The code is Bisping. 20% off. Trim your chesticles with the besticles. When I saw him fought Marvin Vettori last September in Paris, the man was on a completely different level. Right? The footwork was sublime. The punch, the shot selection, everything was just perfect. That was one of the best performances and some of the best boxing I've ever seen inside the UFC. Then you remember he's a high-level BJJ black belt. He represented Australia on the international stage when it comes to wrestling. He was a former UFC middleweight champion of the world when he beat Yoel Romero.
It was an awesome fight, but the fact that you're standing there with that belt on like you're a champion makes me sick. You should be ashamed of yourself. Here, take that.
So, listen, the man can do it all, but this is a fight. This is a fight, and this is the only chance that Dricus has. Listen, I like Dricus du Plessis. What a guy. I've had the pleasure of sharing a conversation with him on a couple of occasions. He's a great guy. He fights hard, and that's what we love. And he puts on incredible fights. He's not as good, but that doesn't matter. He said he's the bigger dog, and sometimes that's all you need. Listen, you don't want to go in there with a puncher's chance. Dricus du Plessis has the power to turn someone's lights off. He has the ability to grind and find a way to win, you know? And that's what Robert's got to be careful of, right? More than likely, we'll see Robert go out there and do his thing, but we never know, right? You cannot guarantee anything in mixed martial arts. To think that you can is absolutely ridiculous. And next week, at International Fight Week, well, I'll give you some predictions next week, official predictions. But, you know, listen, Robert Whittaker is more than likely going to win. But Dricus du Plessis, it would not be the biggest upset in the history of the world. It's like I said, when I fought Luke Rockhold, here's what I said. I said, listen, if you can believe that someone came down from heaven 2,000 years ago, walked on water, fed 5,000 people with 2 loaves of bread, okay? If you can believe all that, and if you get on your knees and you say a prayer, then that can make a difference. If you can believe that, then you can believe that I can knock out Luke Rockhold. And if you believe that, you can believe that Dricus du Plessis can beat Robert Whittaker. That is the beauty of this sport. You zig when you should have zagged. You get distracted. You take a look at the big screen to see the time. You clock the ring girls as she's walking by. Who knows what it might be? There's a lot of distractions. You make one mistake, someone like Dricus du Plessis with the power, the will, the determination, and the fighting spirit can change everything. But as you know, more than likely, it's not going to happen because Robert Whittaker is sensational. But that's what makes this so exciting. And that's why Dricus du Plessis is coming into this one talking a bit of shit, trying to get him mad. And we all know that Israel Adesanya, he wants to fight Dricus next. Listen, Dricus is from South Africa. Adesanya is from Nigeria. There's a little bit of crap talk, you know. Dricus says that Izzy left. He said he left. He represents New Zealand now. I'm the one that wakes up and breathes the African air every morning. So, you know, they're both getting a little bit personal. So Izzy wants to beat the brakes off him. Potentially also Izzy doesn't fancy a third fight with Robert Whittaker as well. I know if I had to pick one of them, you'd probably pick Dricus because when it comes to striking, Izzy's one of the best on the planet. And in fact, they did share some training together over 10 years ago. And Israel Adesanya said they were training together. He said he smashed Dricus in the striking department. But to be fair, Dricus did have some success with the wrestling side of things. But Dricus denies that. He said that never even happened. We didn't even do any sparring. What is Izzy talking about? What am I talking about? Because I've said the lot. International Fight Week, I'll be there, boots on the ground, doing videos, walking up and down the strip, interacting with the fans. So let me know in the comment section the kind of videos that you want to see, and I shall deliver. In the meantime, we've got breakdowns coming of Alexander Volkanovski taking on Yair Rodriguez. Brandon Moreno's going down against Alejandro Pantoja. I almost forgot his name there for a second. And of course, we have a stacked fight card. We've got undercards. We've got the lot. You name it. We've even got Power Slap going down next week as well. So lots of festivities. I will be there for absolutely all of it. I'll be doing lots of videos on here. We've got a live coming on Friday as well. So keep an eye out for that one. And in the meantime, be well, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you soon.